My dad bit someone's cheek off.
Your dad bit someone. Ew.
Oh, should I say? Wait, I can talk about this.
Can you?
Yeah, I can talk about this. One time, I was in the diesel. I was about 12 or 13. And you know me, I'm super passive. I'm passive as I do not like to touch. I don't like to hit people. So when my dad told me this, I'm sitting there like a therapist, like, what is the problem that you need to do? I'm like, no, Dad, thinking it out. Like, what if he was doing that? Like, so my dad is a truck driver. He's always been a truck driver. Always been a truck driver. He was at Flying J. I think it was one towards Sacramento or Baker. I can't remember what he said, but he was telling me. My dad is a diehard Redskins fan. So we're in the truck and we're driving, and so my dad bought a pistol, a 9mm. He started carrying his pistol because he's a truck driver, and sometimes you need that shit when you're hopping out your car at 4 a.m. at your diesel, walking across that, the sleepers, like fools will stab your ass and try to steal your shit. You have millions of dollars possibly in that truck, So I'm just sitting there, and it's nighttime. I look down and go, between the seat, I'm like, what the not between the seat, under the seat, like I see like a piece of yellow, like what the fuck? And it's a Vikings hat, a purple and yellow Vikings hat, and I turn it and there's blood all over it. And I go, Dad, what the hell? I was like, what happened? You're not a Vikings fan. I heard it goes, why do you have a Vikings hat? And I turned it over and saw the blood and went, Dad, what? And he started telling me, oh, all right, well, and I go, what the fuck, Dad? And he said it so happy. He was like, so, I'm always cautious. I'm like, continue, don't start like, and in my head, I'm like, Dad, I'm very smart. As a child, I was like, as a kid, I'm an adult. So I'm like, don't, I got a freaking beat around the bush. Tell me what the fuck happened. So, I'm cautious. I'm like, what the fuck did you do? He said he got out of his truck and he saw a guy walking toward him. Like, hey man, do you know what time it is? Like, very nice. And he said he saw another guy right here walking up from behind someone's truck that didn't have a trailer. So, how fast does it get around a diesel? Fucking seconds. With a trailer, no, you could duck under or you run all the way around. So he's like, I parked next to one that didn't have a trailer. So the guy went around the truck, but I saw him go around the truck as this guy, hey man, do you have the time? And he said he started getting up to him. He said he started coming close, and then he's like, I can hear this guy come up. And the guy came up close, and my dad said, no hesitation. I grabbed him by the jacket and I bit his fucking face. The first thing I could do is I didn't have a gun, I didn't have a knife. I just started, and he said he bit his cheek. And when he pulled off, this whole chunk came off. And he said the guy started falling to the ground, started screaming, and that guy came and picked him up and they ran off. So they were about to rob my dad.
That's different though.
I know, but the whole time I'm like, what if he just needed the time, Dad? Like, what if he was lost? What if that guy wasn't with him? Like, what, me as a 12, 13-year-old, I'm like, Dad, no, that's not the way to be. Like, what is wrong with you? Because I don't like to hit people. So I'm like, you can't just be doing that, Dad. What the f is wrong with you? What if he's scarred for life? What if you have AIDS? What the f going on? Like, all these things are going through my head. And then he just, well, I'm not going to wait to find out. And he just kept driving. I was just sitting there looking at him like, what the f wrong with this dude?
I know I shouldn't be laughing, but that's funny.
It's funny now, and it's sad as fuck. What if that man was just like on acid? Like, yo, what time is it, man?
Well, then
like,
it's an acid trip.
I know, but it's so sad.
It sucks.
He even said, like, when I came back,
okay.
My dad loves to gross me the fuck out. He loves to gross me the fuck out. Like, it's, if he can gross me out, that's his birthday present. Like, he loves this shit.
Perfect.